Hi, it's Valerie, St. George Hypnosis Center. I'd like to talk a little bit about what hypnosis is and how it works. So, first of all, there's two parts of our mind. There's our conscious mind, which is the part that is able to make rational decisions. It's logical. It's the part of the mind that we use most of the time. But then there's also our subconscious mind, and that's the part of our mind where all the memories that have ever happened to us in our entire lifetime are stored. So sometimes when things happen, it could be because a memory that's stored in the subconscious was triggered somehow. So, have you ever been with a group of people and something happened, and for most people it seemed like it was no big deal? But there was one person in that group that like overreacted or had a strange reaction to whatever was going on. Well, that could be because something in that person's subconscious was triggered by the event that was happening. So, for example, let's say you were 3 or 4 years old and you wanted some milk and you saw a glass of milk up on the table. So you reach up to get it, and as you're pulling it towards you, it spills and it's all over the place. And your mom or dad is standing there and going, "Bad, you're very bad, bad girl or bad boy." Um, well, now 10, 20, 30, 40 years later, you're an adult. Your conscious mind rationally knows that if you spill some milk, it's no big deal. There's more milk in the refrigerator. This can be cleaned up. It's okay. However, you spill milk one day and all of a sudden you have this horrible feeling that you're a bad person. Well, what happened was that memory of when you were 3 or 4 years old got triggered in your subconscious. And so that's what you're reacting to, not the event that's happening at that particular time. So when we're doing hypnosis, the hypnotist, which would be me if I was working with you, is giving you suggestions that's going into your subconscious mind to override whatever the memories are that are in there already, the ones that you don't want to have reactivated. Our subconscious mind does not know what's real or what we're making up and giving to it. So you may have done sports or you may have seen sports people who, when, let's say, let's take it for example, a baseball player, somebody that wants to hit home runs. That baseball player will imagine in his mind, visualize himself being up there at bat, seeing the ball come towards him, swinging the bat, and seeing that ball go over the fence for that perfect home run. And just visualize it, and that gets stored in that baseball player's subconscious. So when he comes up to the plate and sees that pitch coming and swings, I mean, his body is already reacting to that because in the subconscious mind, he's already been in that situation. Same thing like football players, golfers, they're visualizing, they're imagining throwing that, the quarterback throwing that perfect pass, the golfer hitting that perfect ball and maybe getting a hole in one. They've already done that in their mind. So the mind thinks it's no big deal. It can do it again. So that's why in hypnosis, depending on what you want to work on as a client, we're changing the memories that is stored in your subconscious and putting new ones in there. Good, positive, ones that you want to have. For example, if you're losing weight and there's things that you do, like maybe eating a lot of salty foods. Well, we can put in your subconscious that you like eating vegetables and nice healthy foods. And so the next time you go to the pantry, your mind is going to say, "Hey, I'd rather have this nice carrot or celery instead of these chips." And that helps because now that's your new positive memory. So, a little bit about how it works in hypnosis with your brain. There are 4 frequencies that our mind goes through every day. The first one is, like right now, hopefully you're fully conscious as you're watching this video. The second one is your daydream state. It's a little bit deeper than you're fully conscious. So, have you ever driven home from somewhere and You got home perfectly fine, but you don't remember what happened on the drive home. You were actually in a state of hypnosis. You put yourself in self-hypnosis. Your mind was focused on something, whatever was going on in there. But what happens is also your subconscious is there to protect you. So even though your mind might have drifted off to something that you were concentrating on, if a car had pulled in front of you, or if the light, which was green, now turned yellow and was about to be red, you would immediately come back to full consciousness and be able to slow down or move over or stop, depending on what you needed to do. So that's the second brainwave frequency. The third brainwave frequency is a little deeper, and that's what you go through just as you're going to sleep, and again, just as you're waking up in the morning. And hypnosis goes between those two states. The fourth state of frequency is when you're sleeping. It's much deeper. So some people might say you need to be in that second daydream stage. Some people might say you need to be deeper. But what can happen when you're in a session, you can go back and forth between the two. And that's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter which one you're in. You're just going to be in one of those. And you may have noticed also, when you're in that third brainwave frequency as you're going to sleep, have you ever had something that you've been thinking about, maybe a problem that you were trying to solve, and you were thinking about it as you went to sleep? That got that thought stored in your subconscious, and then when you were sleeping, your mind was able to work on that while it was sleeping. And did you notice when you woke up the next day, you actually had the answer to whatever it is that you were worrying about the night before? Your mind works in mysterious ways, solving problems at all the times. So that's how hypnosis works. We're putting positive memories into your subconscious to override any of the negative memories that are in there. And we've got the 4 frequencies, and you're in the altered state of daydream and a little bit deeper when we're actually doing the hypnosis portion. So I hope that helped with your understanding of how hypnosis works. And thank you for watching. Bye.